Brahma Varunendra Rudramaruta Suddhananda Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakrama-upanishadaihi Gayandiyam samagaha Dhyanavasthitatadgatena manasa Shandiyam yoginaha Yasyantam navidusura suravanaha Devaya tasmai namaha. The verses that we are seeing just now, Nitya Yukta Upasate, that line, one who is thus aware of myself, his own nature, and therefore the Ishvara, Nitya Upasate, continuously, whole living is a worship. If you consider worshipping means using so many ingredients, drabya yajna, then Nitya Puja is difficult. If worship means using flowers, grains, fire, ghee, ritual, then continuous worship of God will be impossible. If yad karosi, yad asnasi, yad juhosi, dadasi yad, whatever you do, whatever you give, whatever you offer, that becomes the ingredient, then worship can be continuous. Yad yad karma karomi, tattadakilam shambho tavaradhanam. So, in order to make life a continuous worship, the most important ingredient is where I as an actor disappears. God alone is existing. Therefore, every action, yadyat karma karomi tattadakhilam sambho tavaradhanam. Whatever action is done through it, as though God is acting, just like an individual who is representing the country in another country capital. He is the ambassador of the country. Ambassador of the country is one who represents the voice of the millions in another state capital. As long as he is speaking what the country wants him to speak, he is the ambassador. The moment he starts speaking his own opinion, own comments, he is called back home for consultation, because nobody is interested in his personal view. It is the view of the totality. Same thing also. When you are living your personal life that is identified with one body, one mind, you are no more representing the universal will, the totality, Ishvara. In order to facilitate, almost like channelize the will of the totality, the individuality must disappear. That is where the flute with the stuffed cotton disappears. When that is gone, thereafter, I am not there to act. Every action that takes place, every thought that happens is no more individual personal will, because I have no personal things to achieve. So ask yourself question, have you got any personal dream? In a sense, As Bhagavan says, Partha nasti me kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Hey Partha, remember in third chapter, me kartavyam nasti. For me, kartum yogyam, there is no such thing which is to be done. Nanavaptam abhaptavyam, there is no such thing as abhaptavyam which has to be gained. There is no such thing which is not yet gained, which have to be gained by me. Ask yourself the question, are you a person like that? Nanavaptam abhaptavyam, there is nothing for me to achieve or gain in life. Why? I am happy with myself. Atmarati, Atmatushta, Atmakridascha manava, Atmanyeva sasantushta. Atmarati, Atmakrida, the person who is Atmanyeva santushta. I am happy with myself, reveling in myself, playing with myself. And therefore there is nothing to achieve. Then why are you doing something? What else to do? Kartavyam iti buddhya. Because it is to be done, therefore I do. So your entire life becomes a bonus. Naivatasya krutena artha na akrutanaya kaschana. There is no meaning either in doing something or not doing something. Nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschidartha vyapasraya. There is no sense of loss or gain in life. Happy man, comfortable with himself, and therefore others' will is his will. No more actually acting for his sake, it is for others' sake. You have nothing to gain personally. You don't want to be happier than what you are, richer than what you are, more infinity than what you are. Already contented with yourself. Sense of satisfaction is complete. Understand. The moment you have a sense of emptiness, sense of lack, sense of incompleteness, you shall not work without any motive. I have to be bigger, I have to be greater, I have to achieve something. My house is smaller than the other, my car is better smaller than the other. Be happy with yourself. Work for a big car, big house, big empire, a great empire. But not for your sake. When it comes, everybody will enjoy in life. Like you act on in life with that attitude. I have the capacity, others have the need. Just like a tree. The tree doesn't produce to eat anything at all. But he has the capacity, others have the need. That is why when you are working toward this knowledge, jnanam, personally what do you get? Think. Either you are yourself sharing the knowledge or you are helping in the sharing the knowledge. Take that example. Very personal example, but see it. Suppose a person is engaged in giving the knowledge. What does he get out of it? Nothing. Not even a remuneration. Nor the person is expected, nor the person is interested in being appreciated, devoted to, or people recognizing. No. Your very living itself is a pleasure. All the time involved with happiness, joy, fulfillment. Mind is reveling in the absolute. Who can give better than that? Either you are doing it or you are helping in the sharing of this wisdom. What is better things to do in life? Think. In the process, whatever comes, life is sustained. So, yad karosi, whatever you do, whatever juhosi, dadasi, whatever you offer, naturally it becomes puja, worship. So, life becomes a continuous worship. To make life a continuous worship, you cannot get involved with Drabya Yajna. Drabya Yajna means a little fire, grains, ghee, rituals. No. If you want to do it as a celebration, you can do it once in a while. Nothing wrong in that. If that is your cup of tea, that's what you like, do it. There is nothing wrong in it. Because every action can be worship Cannot a puja, orthodox ritual or a yajna be a worship also? What's wrong with it? You can't be so secular that worship means my action is worship. So, doing a puja is not worship. Silly attitude. Both are beautiful. I am a very practical person. For me, I must see that I do something. That's fine. That's what you are. Do it. Other person says, I can just close my eyes and sit down for some time. Which one is better? Don't compare. Sometimes you can be doing things, sometimes maybe not doing also is a doing. Engaging yourself in taking tremendous responsibility, certain time, just a holidaying. But at both the time, you are not losing sight of yourself. That is the secret. What makes any action worship is your abiding in yourself, Ishvara, bas. If you lose touch with yourself, like the moment the ambassador ceases to be representative of the country, is no more the ambassador. The moment personality comes in, no more ambassador. Understand? For that matter, any time a role overtakes you, you cease to function correctly. Even suppose a responsibility is given to you, distribute food to 20 people, 30 people. This responsibility is small responsibility given to you. But inside your head comes up, these 17 people are my friend, these 2, 3 are rogues. You know what will happen? When those 3 people come, your hand will freeze. You are no more serving, where the personality comes in. Personal likes and dislikes have comes in. No, you are there to give it. The sun shines. The sun does not shine on the devotee and withdraw his sunlight from the non-believers. Everything. So, whatever action you do, that is puja. Subha Shubha Phalairevam Subha Shubha Phalaihi Karma Vandanehi Evam Mokshase. When every action you offer, yat tapasyasi kaundeya, whatever action, whatever tapasya, whatever austerities I undertake, oh Lord, everything is yours. So your entire life, your workload is no more a workload. Why? Doing it for Ishwararpana Buddhya Karishe. There is nothing for me to gain. It's all for God's sake. Bas. All for the, no more for the sake of the individual, for the sake of the knowledge, for the sake of the culture, for the sake of the God, for the sake of the humanity. Everything is for others, others, others. What you are getting to get? Nasti me kartabhyam. There is nothing to be done. Nana vaptam vaptabhyam. There is no such thing. Happy with myself. You are not allowed to serve anybody. Thank you. I'll go under a tree. Are you getting that point? Suppose there is a country, a rule comes in. Because we are in the secular world. And the government comes in and there is a declaration. Nobody shall work for anybody. No question of anything. We shall take care of everything. Do. Very good. Everybody has to produce his food. All right, I cultivate my only piece of land and eat. Your heart is full. Are you getting that point? Do you understand? If you are a person like that, nobody can threaten you. You don't feel frightened for anything. What am I to do? What am I to do? Happy with myself. What is there to do? My very living itself is a joy. That I am alive and breathing, that is the biggest thing, best thing. Not after living what I do. People don't understand this language. How can you be happy just like that? But that is what it is. How can you be happy just like that? Well, that's what it is. What to do? Ananda Swarupoham. That is myself, happiness, fulfillment. If other things are there, beautiful. Not that beautiful. The trouble is, please know, why it becomes confusing, Suppose, see, just I'm giving a personal example. Don't take it too seriously. See, there was a time when 20, 30 years back, I was also living here. I was living in the mountain. Believe me, there was absolutely nothing. Left everything and I went to the mountain, happy with myself, reading things, writing things, watching the sunset, sunrise, too much of time. I watch the birds, watch the animals, do what I want to do. Nobody to tell me what am I supposed to do now that I have taken a responsibility on myself. Fantastic. Then, slowly classes started. Everything started. When it started, there was also no planning that today I shall go there, tomorrow I shall do it, tomorrow this program, tomorrow that program, call somebody, ask somebody to organize a program. Nothing. Tiruvannamalai in this hutment is the Sakshi, the witness. The neem trees which are grown up to so high, they grew up right in front of my eyes. I still remember the two small, kutti, two small trees, side by side, 2-3 leaves. And Ganesha was sitting with me there, sitting down there, and he says, he's going to the, suddenly he's walking toward that. I said, Enna Pandarappa, what are you doing? No, I'm going to remove it. I said, let it be there. Is it on your head, planted? Why are you trying to remove it? Okay. So he just goes. Now these 2 trees have become biggest trees right in front of, under there, where you have got the big stone base. That starts growing up, sitting down there. Do everything right. People will come and say the student, oh, it's a wasting of time. So many people can benefit. Swamiji, you must go around. I said, wait. Let me enjoy the leisureliness when it is there. There will be a time when there is no time to sit down like this. That time we should not look back for this. Enjoying every moment. There is no sense of waiting for something big to happen. No, happen. Even now. Let it grow. Grow. How much? God knows. Why? My job is sing the song. Happy with myself. No other responsibilities ever color it. Taking the responsibility, don't take the responsibility. Can you do that? Everything you have to do, yet nothing on your head. It is just like a man was walking down, in a driving, going on a train. And as he's going on a train, somebody, another person, so many people are going. Then he see this fellow is going in the train and is holding this brinjal, vegetable basket on his head. Sitting on the train, sitting in the train, carrying the vegetable basket on the head. So naturally somebody is amused, what is this? Why are you carrying this load? He said, the train is so overloaded and you want me to load this train along with another bucket? Now what do? The person thinks if he put it down, he'll load the train. He doesn't understand, he is also carried, basket also is carried. Like carrying the load of God's head. Giving a helping hand to God, right? He is carrying all the load. He alone is Ishvara. Do you have that? Sense of fulfillment. Then an instrument. Anything happens. Happily do. I don't know. There is no sense of anxiety at any time. Why? He knows best. We do our best. We do our own thing. That attitude. Then karma, that is subha, subha phalairevam, subham, asubham, auspicious, inauspicious, good, bad, right, wrong result. Just completely we ignore it. Sannyasa yuktatma, sannyasa yoga untakarana. For him, what happens? Everything is Ishwararpana buddhya karishye. Vimuktaha sanna mam upaishyati. While living itself, liberated. Jivan muktaha mam upaishyasi becomes one with me. Or being one with me, this is how the actions begin in his life. Always. What a life is a continuous worship. Okay, having told this, now Bhagavan says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu न मे द्वेष्यस्ति न प्रियः ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चाप्यहम् समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु न मे द्वेष्यस्ति न प्रियः ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चाप्यहम् समोहम सर्वभूतेषु न मे द्वेष्य अस्ति न मे priya. You can say, oh Arjuna, I mean, some go, oh God, you are little partial, because those who are devoted to you, such a person, yad karosi, yad darpasi, yad arpana, yad juhosi, yad asnasi, yad tapasyasi, one who gives you all that he eats, all that he does, all that he speaks, all that he austere, practices, gives you to you, to him you give freedom. So, you are also receiving some gift, bribery. If somebody bribes you with all that he gives, then okay, you are free. So somebody doesn't give, is not free. So you are also full of ragadvesha. Bhagavan says, no, listen, so sweet. Samoham sarvabhutesh. Hey Arjuna, I am the same in all the beings. People, those who live with that type of attitude, they can own me up. Those who do not live with that attitude, they continue to be in the bondage. Take an example. There was a man, a top-class artist, and that person never wanted to die. He was very afraid of death. So since he was a top-class artist, he wanted to cheat Yama, deception, by his excellent artisanship. So what he did, he created exactly similar looking fellow, 9 fellow. So 9, 10 people he made exactly looking like him. 10 statues he made. And then when he was supposed to die, the story goes, and supposed to die, he sat down along with the 10. 11th one, he with the 11th one in the 10. Sit down there. Now, Yama is the king, story, is the king, so he sends his messengers. Let the fellows go and carry him and come. And when they go there, they are confused. Similar looking fellows, 11 people, which one they should carry? Photo is matching, but which is the one? Like the political leaders have keep their double. There is a Hitler, not one, so many Hitler doubles, so many Saddam Hussein doubles, they say. The top leaders, they create their doubles with plastic surgery. So if 2, 3 are, you don't know which one to kill. You don't know which one is the right one. So, 11 of them sitting down. You don't know what to do. These fellows with less brain, they return back and tell the king, Yamaraj, I don't know what to do. Similar fellow can't take the right, you may not bring the right one, but should not take the wrong one. So the Yamaraj comes back. And when he sees, he says, true. How to catch the right fellow? Then he started praising. Oh, this type of work, it belongs only to Vishwakarma, the heavenly architect. No human being in this mortal world can ever accomplish such a feat. It has to be Yajna, that Vishwakarma. 2, 3 times when he told this fellow, how long can he keep quiet? He said, what are you talking? Heavenly thing. I am the one who has made it all. Immediately the Pasha goes there. Suppose he could have kept quiet. That is all God's grace. The capacity, the power of this craftsmanship, that with me, God's grace is not mine. So let it be praised. God is praised. Will he ever open his mouth? Cannot. Do you know when somebody is protesting, oh, you did not do something right? If you are a real person, real worker, if somebody tells you, you did not do it right, how exactly I should do it right? Take a suggestion. Oh, you did so wonderfully. No elation. Understand the principle. If you are elated, you shall be deflated. If you feel elated, you shall be deflated. Like the people say, oh, how was the program? How was the talk? If you say, wonderful, goes up. Then useless. There's nothing in that. Oh, yo. Then self-doubt comes in. Should you ask other people how you are acting? Or should you ask yourself with what attitude you are working? Can you take that idea and think over? Should you ask other people how you are acting? Or should you ask yourself with what attitude I am working? Other people shall not see your attitude. They will see your action. Your attitude shall be known only to you. Therefore, even if they praise your action, you will not congratulate yourself. And even if they disparage, they criticize, they are critical of your activities, you are absolutely quite contented with yourself. Why? You have done your part. That is why a bhakta, a person who is acting with right attitude, he never loses. And because of his attitude, he cannot escape being one with God. Because the truth is always there. As Bhagavan, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. Hey Arjuna, I am the same, Aham Sarvabhuteshu Shamam. Listen. Aham Sarvabhuteshu Shama. Who is same in all the beings? Aham. That Aham you want to get with Krishna? Okay. Rama? Okay. Shiva? Okay. Brahma? Okay. Vishnu? Okay. Chaitanya? Okay. Brahman? Okay. Anything? Okay. As long as you see it, aham. Are you getting that point, please? Sarvabhuteshu aham sama. What is that Swami? What is that same in all the beings? Aham. Ahamatma sarvabhutasaya sthita. I am the same in all the beings. So if you want to discover this sameness, which one you should discover? Aham. Aham pratyaya gochara. The meaning of the word I. Ishvara's I, your I. There is no difference whatsoever. When God says I, you are included. You are included. If you say I, you create your own boundary. Like the Birbal story. When Akbar got little angry with Birbal, he said, you are banished from my kingdom. Don't show that munji, don't show that face to me again. Get out of my kingdom. And Akbar says, and Birbal says, Maharaj, you are greater than God. Now, Akbar is already angry and is making him more angry, telling that you are greater than God. He says, psychophancy has its limit. I am punishing you and you are telling me I am greater than God. You think I am going to release you for that? Prove it. How I am greater than God? Prove it. Or else, greater punishment. You now prove that I am greater than God. He said, yes, Maharaj, you are greater than God because you can do things what God cannot do. Huh? What is that I can do which God cannot do? You can banish me from your kingdom. God cannot. Because your kingdom has a limit. Can God banish me from His kingdom? samam. Sarva bhuteshu samam. It is up to us to recognize. Somebody recognizes it, somebody doesn't recognize it. If somebody recognizes it, God is partial or the person new? Think of it. We have that capacity. Please. You can say that. So many, then why is it some people are given that privilege? Look, nobody is given that privilege. How many people wake up? Everybody goes through pain in life. How many people are looking for the solution? You can ask another question. Even if somebody is looking for a solution, how many people getting that solution? Because there are many cultures, many different types of societies. This knowledge is not available for many. That is why Ishvara Anugraha, in a sense, when you say that God's grace, karma, manushitva, mumukshitva, mahapurusha sansaya, to be born as a human being, to be interested in liberation, to come across a teacher, to understand this reality. If it happens, God's grace, meaning your karma. Then you can, that's what exactly I was telling, that I am in a disadvantageous position. God is doing that. He is not doing it. He is with yourself. Now you must learn to look for it. No choice. Until you find it, don't stop the search. That is why jigyasu. Jigyasu means that jnana dhatu with the san pratyaya. The san pratyaya means avagati paryantam. Until you know the truth, keep your search going. You shall find it. If you search for it, you shall find it. Uncompromising. I must find my happiness while living here and now. If you look for it, you shall find it. Please. But somewhere you compromise. Somewhere people compromise. That is why they don't. It's not that the God is partial to somebody. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dvesya asti name priya. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya aham teshu te mai. Those of the people who worship me with devotion. What is the devotion? What is worshipping with devotion? That all that we have seen until now. That Ishvara sarva bhutanam maya tatamidam sarvam. By every, when you say the word Ishvara, it is no more one name, one form, it is everywhere. Therefore, aham teshu, I am in them. Te mai, they are in me. That beautiful language, mai. Aham teshu, te mai. Aham teshu, te mai. How many words? Just 4 words. Aham teshu. Teshu, in and through them, aham, I existing. Te, they, mai, in me. Aham teshu, te mai. Think over it throughout. Aham. Bhagavan says, aham teshu. I am in all of them. Who? Everybody. Te, mai. They are also in me. When I know I am in all of them, samoham sarvabhuteshu. When they know they are in me, devotee. If they don't know they are in me, they can't be devoted. Are you getting that? Simple principle. Aham teshu iti bhagavad jnanam. Bhagavan, Ishvara knows. I am in all of them. He has no problem. Those who know te mai, they are in me, bhajanti tu bhaktya, they worship me with devotion. But suppose they are misled to believe That's they are separate, God is separate. Nothing wrong in seeing God in any form. But when somebody tells them this is the only form, there is no other form, when you're creating a division, that time, naturally people don't see it. Yajante avidhipurvakam. They worship, but they don't get the result of the worship. The result of worship should be oneness with God, not separation. Okay? So, what can he do? What can I do? This person should understand the truth for himself. That is why coming across a right teacher, right tradition is such a wonderful thing. Or else, what hope the person has? Okay, I've been told this, then he says, very good, but oh Lord, you don't know. I am a full-blown rascal. I don't think I have a hope. Read the next two verses and see the beauty of it is so universal, so full of hope. Read. And listen to the greatness. Shrunu mad bhaktehe mahatmyam. Listen, the person who is my devotee, one who lives with this attitude, look at the greatness of it. Api chet suduracharaha bhajate mam ananyabhag sadhureva samantabhyah samyak vyavasito hi sah क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांतिम निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति अपि चेत् सुदुराचारः भजते मामनन्यभाग साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. It's beautiful verse. Get it by heart, get it by heart. Api chet sudurachara. Hey Arjuna, a person who is devoted to me. Devoted to me means who knows aham tesu te mai. Aham, the I in all of them. God's I. Are you getting that language? When you say the word I am, what is your meaning of the word I? Ishvara says I. Aham pratyaya gochara, meaning of the word I, individual. Atma. Name it if you feel. Nameless awareness. Ishvara says I. I. At once, consciousness all pervasive, which is in me also. If you look from the body standpoint, when Bhagavan says I, in his body, because the I has both the dimensions, the form and the formless. From the formless standpoint, oneness. From the form standpoint, all forms are his forms. Only one form is mine, and this little form is included in him. So when he says I'm helpless, cannot escape from both the standpoints. But if I say I have to say, and God. Individual has to say, accept the totality. That is why Shankara writes in Vishnu Satpadi Stotram, O Lord, Bheda apagame sati natha tava aham na mamakinastvam. Oh. He Natha, O Lord, Bheda apagame sati, Veda apagame, when the differences are withdrawn, when the differences are wiped out, you take away the individual form from the individual, total form from the total. Rajyam narendrasya bhatasya ketaga tayorapoena bhatona raja. The king with the kingdom, the village chief with the village. Remove the kingdom, remove the village. Neither it is a king nor is a bhatter. Both are two human beings. When you take away the individual body from the individual, and the samasti, the total body, from the totality, Ishvara, Chetana, consciousness alone is existing. So when he says I am included. When I say my body, Ishvara has to say. Therefore, even if the differences are gone in one awareness, O Lord, still I can say, Taba aham, I am yours. Na mamakinastvam, I can't say, you are mine. Cannot. Can you embrace the house from inside the house? Being inside the house, can you embrace the house? But the house includes you effortlessly. From inside the God, you cannot embrace God. You can't say. You cannot. Therefore, Lord, I cannot say, you are mine, but I am yours. Take care. Should I ask him that also? Once it is his, he knows how to take care. That's why what did he say? Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I shall carry the yoga and kshema. You need not worry. Ask yourself, can you give up? He will do his part. You do your part. What is my part? Do not possess. You know what people do? What they do? They encroach. Do not encroach on his property. Can you do that? Do not encroach on his property. Body is his. Don't say me and mine. Thoughts are his. Don't say me or mine. If you encroach, you are punishable only by death. If you encroach upon God's property, you are punishable with the God's highest level punishment. There is no compromise there. Immortality or mortality. In between, there is nothing. Between mortality and immortality, what is there? Everything is mortal or everything is immortal. Between the two, what is there? So either you are immortal or you are mortal. There is no in-between thing. So don't encroach upon his property. That much is expected. For you to encroach upon his property, individuality must be there. When you see yourself who you are, what happens? No problem. Fantastic, oh Lord, that's nice. When I'm with myself, oh Lord, mama kinastvam, you are mine. I can't say you are mine. Tava aham, this is yours. But God, there is a little naughty thing is there. What is that? Today I understand this. But before I came to this knowledge, I am carrying a huge package. Very angry, very jealous, very hateful, very this thing. I was a naughty fellow, I was looking at everybody, all the girls, all the boys, all the men, all the women, whether it is sound, touch, taste, smell, sight, so many different ways. I was a slave of habits. I didn't know what to do. Now I understand very clearly. What about those things? Don't worry. Api chet sudurachara. Even if, listen, api, even, chet, if, even if, sudurachara, you are a sudurachara. Durachari means achara, conduct. Durachara, bad conduct. Sudurachara, PhD in bad conduct. Are you getting that? Listen. Sudurachara. No, you must see that. Api chet sudurachara. Even if you are a PhD, specialist in bad conduct. Mam ananyabhak bhajate chit. If he thinks of me, ananyabhak. How? When my eye coincides, becomes one with his eye. When Bhagavan says I, that includes this one's eye. Sadhureva samantabhya. Hey Arjuna, know him as a sadhu. Why? It's all mine. Infinity can swallow any number of finite problems. The ocean can carry the ugliness of every river. It never loses its majesty. That is Ishvara. Ishvara is not there to punish the rascals, you understand? God overwhelms, swallows. Another man punishes. God overwhelms. Even a godly person shall overwhelm the other person's weakness, not punish the person's weakness. In spite of the other person's mistake, you are so loving, so kind, so accepting that the fellow will be feeling ashamed and therefore say, enough. Even if somebody says, continues to be a rascal, and that is how he dies, still you have not neglected your part. Your acceptance is complete. Even if sometimes you reprimand, you punish a little, you're more out of affection, love. There is no personal satisfaction in punishing somebody. Understand? Sadhureva samantava. That person is a sadhu. Even if he is a rogue. Why? Mam ananyabhag bhajate chit. Mam ananyabhag bhajate. Bhajate worships me, thinks over me. Ananyabhag. Bhagavata anyam na vidyate. There is nothing other than him. Ishvara. But these habits, ideas, thoughts, already there. That is why you shall see, even after understanding certain things, some people will still continue to be little naughty. Give the person time. This verse is so human. Don't expect overnight to be Mr. White. It doesn't work. Somebody may take 1 year, somebody 10 years, somebody 100 years. Even if the person does something which is not approved by the society, yet in God's eyes he is wonderful. Arunagirinathar, nutty fellow. Billo Mangala, nutty fellow. Every one of them, what is that boy, Tulsidas, infatuated. So many people. Our trouble today is, in this day of propaganda, the so-called holy people are projected as so Mr. Crystal white, pure white, that everybody else feels nonsense. People write their biographies as though, oh, just like Tulsi, smells beautiful from the two leaves. From the childhood itself, this man was like that. You pick up right nonsense. You mean to say that fellow never told a lie? He never did any mischief? She never did anything wrong? Nonsense. Then what type of life is that? How can it be sober? How you understand the point? How can it be such? You mean that while walking you never fell down? That means you have never been a baby. A baby who started to walk never fell down? He fell down, but never stayed there, got up and walked. You never did anything wrong? Who is that person? Bring one. There is no such thing. That is why your judgment, not on others, not what he did, what she did. Shall I do it? No, pa. Never. Not necessary. Did anybody mislead in my life? No, I will not mislead anybody. If I can help, I will help. Cannot help, but will not mislead. Oof. Wonderful person. And what you consider right or wrong, how do you know it is right or wrong? Listen, out of love and affection, please see that. You can love and affection, genuine desire, you can help somebody. Also you can help somebody to bribe him. Action is same. Because of the motive, one is bribery, other is a help. Right or wrong? I love somebody. You talk to the person. Another person is trying to talk to exploit somebody. Both are smooth, very nice speaking. But one's idea is to help, other one's idea is to destroy. Are both are same? It looks same. So the world will paint you in the same brush. Whether it is seeing something, hearing something, touching something, tasting something, the world will paint you in the same brush. But you shall not do that, nor gods do it. Sadhureva samantava. Happy with himself. You are happy with yourself. You are watching a movie. You are happy with yourself, you are watching a sunrise. One watching a sunrise, people will say, oh, very sattvic. Watching a movie, Rajasic fellow. What you see, listen, the attitude behind the perception, you must see it very clearly, or else you know what happens is, behind that logic, even a criminal can pass. Because the criminal will deliberately do some nonsense. The attitude is very important, because attitude you can't prove. That is why you ask yourself, with what attitude you are doing. Don't criticize other person's action. With what attitude you are doing. Ask yourself the question. I am not looking for anything anymore. Sadhureva samantabhya. So harmless. You are eating a food. Just think of it. You are eating. Oh, the fellow is very greedy, you know. So many 10 chapatis eating. Suppose he is consciously, one day he decides to eat 10 chapati. But other person looks at it and says what? Look at this fellow, eating 10 chapatis, greedy, and considers himself, you know, mitahari, alpahari. Look at 10 chapatis. Why are you talking? Just because he is the 10 chapatis, that does not make him a glutton. Maybe today he is eating. Why? Today he is hungry. When he is fasting, have you seen? No. Then don't comment on his 10 chapati. You are your best judge. You do not waste your time judging somebody. You do not know. Understand? Please. Apichet suduracha. Bhajatyamam ananyavak. Sadhureva samantav. He indeed is a sadhu. Why it is durachari, sudurachari is not talked about to understand? Because in the world, people have bifurcated, they have divided. This is good action, this is bad action. That is where the problem begins. Your conditioning begins like that. Are you getting that? What is wrong, what is that action? Say people have divided it. Puja is good action, eating is bad, listening to cinema music is bad, but listening to bhajan in cinema music tune is holy. You see that? Drinking, eating too much sweet is luxury. But Swamiji, you don't know, our Swamiji does not eat any sweet. He takes even tea without sugar. Why? Highly diabetic. Now what is holiness about it? Because he is highly diabetic, therefore he does not take sugar. So what is so holy about it? So his mischief days, you never told. Now that he is eating without sugar. He is eating without sugar, very austere life. But this is where problem comes. You divide. You should not touch this. Remember the Japanese girl story, kimono. The young boy lifted her, left her. The old man carrying her in his head. But then you see, don't touch, don't see. And somebody says, this thought is bad thought. Bad thought should not be there. Then you are, this is not there. But even if these thoughts come, perceptions there, sadhureva samantabhya. Why? Because you are abiding yourself. Do you act on that thought? Do you harm somebody? Never. Sadhureva samantabhya. That a thought comes is not a problem. If you are uncontrolled, you are acting on it. That the action is done is not a problem. But is it manipulation, destroying somebody? You are finding personal satisfaction, then also is not right. But one who does it, sadhure samantabhya. All these thoughts are there. But nothing disturbs him. Sadhureva samantabhya samyak vyavasito isha. It is like a person who was previously doing some, let's say, criminal activity. Just an example you can take. He was with guns and drugs and all these things. In his drawing room or in his storeroom, those little things are still there. But he is no more doing anything. What do you call him? He was a drug addict. So therefore there is an injection, that all these things are there, those little things are there. But now he doesn't do it. Will you call him a drug addict? It is there, but he is not doing it. You have all the thoughts of your past, but you are not doing anything. What shall you call him? Sadhureva samantabhya. How long will he do that? Next line redeems, very redeeming, so sweet. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Hey Arjuna, give the person a time. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Kshipram. Very soon he shall be dharmatma. No more duratma, papatma. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Why? Once you know these things are useless, throwing it out doesn't take any time. It is forgotten in time. You don't even know that at one time you were like that. Kshipram, in time, very soon. Previously, you were angry. There are still vestiges of anger. One example, vestiges of anger still there. After some time, you don't even get angry. It's all right. You are worried, you are jealous, you are doing so many emotions are there. Slowly that completely goes away. Why we don't talk about it? Because it has a problem. Because students, when they listen to these things, they will be big hurry. It is like you join the bodybuilding club, fitness one. Huh? What do? Then you will see the brochure. In 3 months' time, you will have this much, what is that? 6 abs. So you will have 2. In 3 months' time, 2 abs. 4 months' time, 2 abs. There's 4 abs. In 6 months' time, 6 abs. You hear it? You get the brochure from the fitness club. 2 months' time, 1 set. 4 months' time, 2 sets. 6 months' time, 3 years. All the 6 abs there. You know what the people will do? First day, 2 push-ups. First day, 2 push-ups. But the result he must look immediately. You get so obsessed with the result that you forget to do your part. Not even half a kilometer walked, but 2 times on the weighing machine. Half a kilometer you don't walk, but 10 times in the weighing machine. What is the mistake of the weighing machine? Poor thing. He has to show you what is your weight. This is the hurry. So if you say, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma, I think my anger is gone. Why should you think your anger is gone? Should you think your anger is gone, or you should know your anger is gone? And then you tell everybody also, I don't think I'm angry anymore. And somebody doesn't believe you, makes you climb the wall. Please. What do you think of it? I've spent 5 years in mountains. So people who spend time in mountains, they are all wise. So then Uttarakhand, Uttaranchal, every fellow is wise. We are living in the mountains for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. So staying inside the mountain, you are all wise. I spent 5 years in Himalayas. The bhalu is there for 50 years. That Himalayan bear. Just think of it. Think of it. Kshipram bhavati dharma. Your attitude is beautiful. Dharmatma bhavati. Why? Because I'm one with Ishvara. Samyak vyavasito isha. Mam ananyavag bhajate chet sadhureva mantabhya. Even if you see certain activities which against your expectations, but that doesn't matter. What is his attitude? Do you know? That is why don't pass judgment. You know about your attitude. That is why you pass your judgment. Understand? It's just like one day a fellow was going to the court. He was brought to the what is that fellow? Judge for the 3rd time in 1 year. 3rd time in 1 year he was brought to judge. Then the judge says, what is this? I am seeing you for the 3rd time in this court. Then this man said, what about you coming every day to the court? If coming That time to the court, I am such a rascal. What about you coming every day to the court? This is the judgment. The person who is criminal is judging the judge. A person who doesn't know anything about himself is passing judgment on the wise and wisdom. What a tragedy. Give the person time. That is why there is no restlessness. Even if somebody does something wrong, give some time. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Shashvat santim nigacchati. That is why mutual acceptance. Suppose as a student you are sitting down, another student is doing something. You accept other person's mistake, the other person accepts your mistake. Help each other to grow, not help each other to destroy. Are you getting that? You don't come to a place to destroy each other. You come to a place to help each other to grow. That is why Gurukula. Don't force the teacher to punish. Oh, sorry, that fellow is making such a mistake. Hey, if he is making a mistake, he is the right person to be here. Why? He doesn't know anything. Once it's a Zen story. One boy was in the evening, he will always jump the wall and go to the night out. Have a nice time somewhere, night life, and come back. So some people, they knew about it. Naturally, they informed the teacher. Mostly desire is to change the person, not to punish the person. But if they say, the student will not listen, the friend will not listen, so they go to the teacher. It's not that carrying a tail to the teacher. No, that person is like that. We like him. He should change. He's doing this. The teacher listens to this. Neither the teacher is a rogue. Huh? Oh, he's doing like this. Throw him out of the place. No. The teacher goes, observes. True, every night after people go to sleep, he climbs a table, jumps the wall, comes back. Then again same point, comes up the wall, comes and comes up. So one day the teacher night, 12 o'clock, everybody is asleep. The student has gone. He comes back at 12. By around 11 o'clock he goes there, removes the table and himself stands there. So the boy comes back from the market, nightlife, climbs the wall. When he puts his leg, he puts it on his head. Naturally, there is no table. So he puts it on Guru's, teacher's head and then jumps. He's not drunk. He knows what is going on. There's a difference between a wood and a human body. So he looks at it. He is a teacher. Before he falls flat at the feet of the teacher says, son, it is so late at the night. Don't go out. Goes to sleep. Will he ever go out in his life? Will he ever? Suppose instead of that, pull him up in front of everybody and give him a sermon, how you should not go, you should never. Hey, who has not done little mischief once in a while in life? As Jesus Christ will say, throw you the stone who has never committed a crime. There was a prostitute. Everybody was angry. Throw stones at her to kill you. Throw the first stone who has never done anything wrong. Everybody keeps quiet. You want to pass judgment? Look at yourself. Did you ever do anything? Enough. Help the other person to grow. This is the tradition. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Shashva santim nigacchati. In the time, more and more is it himself, with Ishvara, Satsvat Santi, eternal peace. He remains at peace with yourself. He Kaunteya, Pratijanihi, Pratigyam Guru, go and declare unto the world, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, my devotee shall never perish. When you say, my devotee shall never perish, suddenly don't say, Krishna's devotee will not perish. No. One who my awareness, consciousness, one who is wanting to abide in himself, shall never ever perish. Are you getting that division, the beauty? Appreciate. My devotee shall never perish. Krishna's devotee will never perish. That means Shiva's devotee can perish, but Krishna's devotee will not perish. Don't give that type of stupid interpretations. Shiva will protect Shiva, his devotee. Krishna will devotee. So what is this? So Shiva will. So between Shiva and Krishna and Vishnu there is a competition. Huh? How many devotees you have got? The tragedy of this beautiful culture is, previously people are divided in the name of gods, Saiva, Shakta, Saura, Ganapatya, Vaishnavas. Now, in the name of gurus, they are divided. Follower of this guru, follower of that guru. So now, you mean to say gods are like that? Shiva will feel very, Krishna is calling, so. Krishna's devotee, Shiva will not look after him. Shiva's devotee, Rama will not look after him. And this silly thing is used by some people who are indulging in proselytization. Our Swamiji will tell a very nice story. These are all missionary stories, evangelist. Those people who come to evangelize, they tell this story. One day, Swamiji was going in the train and then one fellow was coming across, like this, he was talking to people. He's telling, you believe in God? He said, yes. Which God? I like Shiva. What about Vishnu? Vishnu also. Krishna? Others also. Rama? But don't you think it's trouble? He said, why you should be a trouble? Everybody is God. And this man said, okay, it's a missionary, huh? See the type of story they say. You have to learn. Then he say, look, suppose you are drowning in the river and you say, Krishna, please save me. Now Krishna is going to come, but you are already suffocated, suddenly he doesn't come. Then you say, Rama, please save me. Then Krishna was coming halfway, then he said, you are talking Rama, so he went away. By the time Rama is coming, he says, Shiva, please help me. So now Shiva Rama thought you were calling Shiva, so he goes away. Shiva, then you say, oh Ganesha. Shiva said, he's calling my son only. Then he drowns. Too many gods. The other one, he believes in only one God. He gave his name. Don't worry, whatever, exclusive God. Oh, yes, X. X comes. Takes him and goes. No confusion. But here, because so many gods, so you mean gods are also confused. Are you getting that point? Nonsensical story. Now the Swamiji was listening to this thing, could not keep quiet. He said, all right. Okay, if you give an imaginary situation, I am giving you another imaginary situation. There is not one man drowning in the river. Suppose there are thousands or millions of people. So one person is under the wheel. Another lady is in a labor room. One person is drowning. Other person is mountain climbing. Everybody is calling, oh God, please come here. Now there are 33 crores of God. Rama says, Krishna, you go there. Rama, you go there. Shiva, you go there. Brahma, you go there. Now everybody has one God at his disposal, no problem. Now you have one God, now where will you go? To an idiot, you have to give idiotic logic. Not that either of the stories are wonderful. Both are useless. But to an idiot, you give idiotic logic. The tradition is such, which happened to me. I was in the train, I was traveling. Same thing, to cut the story short. One person, it's a big story, 32 people that are coming together, they were creating havoc that day in the railway compartment. I have written that whole article. I only asked the TTC to give them the ticket because they were not allowed to go up to Bejwada. You cannot travel in a long distance train for short haul. But because the AC compartment was empty, almost empty, it was coming up from Bejwada, then I told this TTC, I said, anyway, they are going to give the fine. You collect the fine from the them and he allowed them to travel. True, he gave them the fine and all of them were allowed to travel. And then you know what happened? Then the fangs opened. Everybody, there are 5, 10, 15 people are there. They just, 5, 10 of them came back and each one with one person started preaching. And one poor thing, I was sitting on one side reading my book and this person started talking. I was never looking at it. Then he asking the other person, does that man understand English? Looking at me. So, yeah, he didn't even listen to that side. I was reading my book. He's talking to the lady. Do you believe in God? He said, yes. We'll pray. He said, yes. I'm telling you God truth. Then we'll pray. Then she is a Marwadi lady, had brought all these, Marwadi ladies when they travel, so much of food they carry. Not only for themselves, for others also. In the Indian railway, it is like a family. Nowadays it is all gone because there's the fear of biscuit and this and that. You can't take it from anybody. But he was carrying. Gave it to everybody. And then after that, these ladies come and talking how his personal life, how he's miserable, how she was destroyed, how his family life, everything gone. But now she has hope with God and all that. Then he says, will you pray? He said, yes, pray. Then she calls her husband. Who? The little Marwadi lady calls her husband. Come. Suniye. Idhar aiye. Come. They don't call their husbands by name, no? Suniye. Please hear. Sunte ho? Aiye. Please come. They sat down. This lady sat down between the two, held both of their hands. You say, I believe in God. The lady is repeating in his own broken English, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus. He is the only God. The lady opened up his eyes. No. You should not say he is the only God. Buddha is also God. Rama is God. Mahabharata also is God. Krishna also is God. How can you say Jesus is the only God? No, I don't want to pray. So innocent. This is culture. How can you say this is the only God? He didn't fight with her. She didn't fight. He said, no, I don't want to do that. How can you say she is the only God? Lady doesn't understand. Everything. When you say about Ishvara, what form? Ishvara worship. Anything. World will be so beautiful. You believe in yourself, I believe in myself. Everybody believes in us. You are happy with yourself, I am happy with myself. You want to see that God in what form? As you like. You like to worship Krishna? Worship. Rama? Worship. Buddha? Worship. Jesus? Worship. Krishna? Muhammad? Any form of that? Worship. Anything you do, whatever comfortable. But can you be happy with yourself? A religious person doesn't understand the language. He can be happy only with a form, or without a form, or with a faith, with a word, with a name or a book. Be happy with yourself, dropping it all. I am taking, go to BHAGAVAD Gita. Hari yadi upadeshtate, haro kamalajo piva, tathapina tavaswasthyam sarvam vismaranatrute. Your teacher can be Hari, Vishnu himself, Haraha, Shiva himself, Kamalajopi, Brahma himself. Tathapina tava swasthyam. Still you shall not abide in yourself. Sarvam vismaranatrute. Until you forget all your teachers and teaching. To forget your teachers and teaching, you must forget yourself. Are you getting that? You can't start with dropping teachers. You start with dropping yourself. When you drop yourself, God is dropped, teacher is dropped, everything is dropped. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Very soon the person, dharmatma bhavati. No more these things affect him. Satsvat santino. Hey Arjuna pratijanihi name bhakta pranati. Go and declare unto the world, my devotee shall never perish. When you say my devotee, Krishna devotee will not perish. My devotee means one who is holding on to me. How do you holding on to him? By holding on to your eye, you hold on to God's eye. By being yourself, you hold on to Ishvara. From the standpoint of body, it is so limited. But as a part of the totality, Ishvara alone is existing. Abide in yourself. Savche bhakta, name bhakta pranasyati. You shall never perish. Why? In the body of the totality, there is no death, only change. In the bodiless awareness, there is no scope for mortality. Immortal, absolute. Therefore, you are always free. Who is that? Anybody who knows this. We shall see that tomorrow and finish the chapter. Anybody. It doesn't matter who the person is. Mami parthabhya pasitye yepi shu papayonayah striyo vaishyas tatha sudraha tepi yanti param gatim kim punar brahmana punyaha bhakta rajarshayas anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. See that tomorrow. Please close your